Another thing that it's, I guess, a classic Gypsy thing that I really love is the tremolo sound. I feel like it's just so, it's such a trademark for the style.
Yeah.
And is that same? What's the right hand for that?
If you do something like this, let's say you do a chord like E7-9 and you have this. I think that's really cool about this camera position, that you can really see this, because often people ask me about this. Reflection is here.
Yep.
Do
you feel the wrist doing this also at the same
the
time?
wrist is really doing this all the time, of course.
The whole forearm.
The arm is doing a bit, but it's mostly out of the wrist, and that helps to play this also relaxed.
How many strings are you hitting when you do that?
So when I do this, we have just 4 notes that we play on the fretboard, and then of course I try to make it more small, to use maybe just these 4 strings.
Well,
otherwise,
your pick is pretty heavy gauge, right? How thick is the pick?
I think it's 1.8 millimeter. Yeah.
So, but when you do that, it sounds very light. It sounds really graceful. So you're not really hitting the strings really hard. When you do
what I'm doing is I'm building it up, and I think that's what Django always did. If you start directly. That sounds a bit too aggressive for me, and Django often he wants to, let's say, imitate more like a string ensemble, and he wants to build it up. That's what I also do. I try to start a bit quiet and get more power on the tremolo.
And now there are times when you do that where you also go double time in the middle of it, where it feels like it looks like a smaller movement, like if you're doing 16ths and then you go to 30 seconds in the middle, like. Or maybe it's when you're doing more rhythm, like
maybe when you do rhythm things, I have different things that, of course, that I use when I play. I do something like this. Yes, I know. I think you mean something like this, maybe. Different stuff like this I use all the time, of course. But it's the same, always this technique. And also the wrist and the reflection, have the biggest impact on this.
And was that was another thing you developed by feel?
Yeah.
Okay. And
to be honest, because people often ask me how I practiced and stuff like that, I can't really tell you, or I can't imagine really that I practice stuff like this.
But you
this
had
just
that when you were 16 also?
Yeah,
Same thing.
this just came to me, and I understand this directly. I don't know why. There's a lot of stuff that I practice, but there's also a lot of stuff that I never really practice.
Right, yeah, I know.
It's like it is.
I think that's amazing.